Yeah, I think that's part of my role in this team. Coming off as that sixth man, it's to infuse life and energy. Give the team a spark, whatever they need. Or throw gas. Be the gas that we throw on the fire. So, I take that role very seriously, and that's kind of my approach when I get subbed in.
Defensively, you spoke said it was hard to recognize you guys at times. What do you feel like went wrong on that end of the court, at least early on?
I think we just let some of those early fouls get discouraged, or let those early fouls discourage us. And we just gotta stay through the course. Reeves and Doncic, they got something that they got. They know how to draw fouls, and that's something tough that we got to guard. We got to be disciplined, and I think that just let us get discouraged, and we dug ourselves into a hole, and it was kind of almost too late to dig ourselves back out.
Jake on their team had a big game for them.
Mm-hmm.
Not a real big name, but he played well tonight.
Yeah, we let some of those X factors come alive tonight, and as a team who takes pride on defense, we're not really supposed to allow that to happen. So that was our.
When you're attacking like that, are you looking for a specific mismatch, or are you just going?
I'm really just going. Trying to get downhill, trying to collapse the defense, bring defenders onto me so I can spray out and create for my team. And if I got a mismatch, I'm going to just take it to the hole. So.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Defense is still our touchstone and always will be. And then we see a game like this in the 40s for them in the first quarter, 77 at the half, over 100 after 3. How important is it for you guys to get back sort of in touch with that part of who you are and maybe be more limiting than you were tonight?
That's our identity. That's what this franchise has really hung their hat on, defense. So even though our offense has changed and we're scoring in the 120s, we still got to defend.
Offensively, you still scored in 120. Do you feel like you still got to where you wanted to get to as far as the way you want to play offensively? It's just a matter of the defense?
Yeah, we got to pick up our defensive habits. We got to communicate a lot more than we did today, and I guess we got a little frustrated with the foul calls, but that's part of the game now. So as a team, we got to collectively, do it as a unit.
Bam, as a mentor and captain, how do you deal, or what do you tell someone like Khalil, who gets benched after his first stint, doesn't play at all the rest of the first half, and then for the first time is benched at the start of the second half? How do you manage that as both a captain and a mentor?
At the end of the day, that's my brother. So, I'm going to him as a brother. I'm not going to him as no captain or no mentor. It's growing pains when it comes to this NBA thing. It's, you get involved and you blink, and it's for me, like 9 years in. And you're going to have some growing pains along the way. It's just, how are you going to grow from those lessons? This is a lesson for him, and I feel like tomorrow he'll get a second chance, and then we'll grow from there.
Spo even pointed out, he said, that's a very good pick and roll team, and that's a real hard thing sometimes for a big to learn. Can that be fast-tracked from a 21-year-old in his second season? And if so, how do you do that to get Khalil more at ease defending the pick and roll?
Just film and reps. And then communication obviously makes it way easier. But that's a part of his development. And, we're not going to give up on him. We know how great he can be. We know, he moves the needle for this team.
Where's his confidence at? Like, is he the kind of guy who goes up and down with that, or is he still up here?
I feel like he's one of those guys. He's very, very even keel, so it's hard to judge if he's down or not, which I truly respect, because it's good to not know, because it's, also you got to add the professionalism to our league. But just talking to him, I don't feel like he's discouraged. It's just lessons he's got to learn.
Appreciate it. Thanks, man.
What were you like at his age?
What was I like?
Were you up and down a little, or are you?
I didn't play as much. But yeah, I was up and down. I always make this joke that I hated Spo, just because I didn't know what he wanted. So, he might be going through that phase. I mean, he's a second-year player, got to get used to it.
Yeah.
To a whole nother offense, and trying to figure out what his role is.
Yeah. When did you finally feel like you knew what Spo wanted?
When I went in his office. Around my third year. Close to the end of my second year.
Okay.
I started going in his office more. Chris Bosh actually told me to do that.
Okay.
Go in his office more, just talk to him and figure out. And then the conversations will get easier.
Was it scary to go in there?
I mean, at first, not anymore.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you spoke before the game about defense still being the foundation.
Yeah.
You guys do 77 first half points.
Yeah.
What stood out? Just what went wrong?
Yeah, I
on the end
mean,
of the
we
court?
were just, it started off, with a mistake to a wide open three to start the game, deflating. And then we just had, really boiled down to a lack of effort on plays that we're accustomed to doing and making, and or mindless plays, either fouls or just, things that we haven't been doing. So you do have to credit them, but we're much better defensively than we showed tonight. That's probably what's really frustrating. And, if we defend, with the appropriate effort and discipline that we have been, competing with, it doesn't guarantee anything. I mean, they have great, players. It still might not have been enough, but it was just hard to recognize us, in that first half.
Can you sort of explain the approach with Khalil? He played the first shift, didn't play the rest of the first half, came in very late in the third. What was the
Yeah,
thought
we're just trying to
process?
get a handle on it. It's very nuanced, when you have two dynamic pick and roll players like they had. But I thought he bounced back in the third quarter and gave us some quality minutes.
Hi, Eric. They have a guy named Jake. Don't know a lot about him. He had a huge night tonight for them. Do you know much about him, or what were your thoughts
Yeah,
about
I feel like he had those kind of games against us last year when he was with Memphis. But he's a good player. He's been playing well, and he was definitely an X factor tonight.
Jaime's relentlessness just throughout the game. I mean, there was even one play where he just demanded the ball, just went full court and just went full throttle. Just your thoughts on the energy he delivered into the game to keep you guys afloat.
Yeah, he brought a force tonight for sure. He was competing. As poorly as we played, we still had almost 70 in the paint. We had 36 free throw attempts, but even our decision making. Jaime was good, with his decision making, but overall our decision making was slow. We were missing moments, making uncharacteristic reads, on some of our passes, or we were late on some of the decisions. But we'll be better with that. It was just kind of a frustrating night, all night long. We were playing, from behind, from the beginning, and we started to recognize kind of our identity in that third quarter, but we couldn't get over the hump.
The three-point struggles early, were there the shots you wanted, and how deflating was that? That I think it was one of 13
I don't think
start.
that should be deflating. I think if you score 120, you get 66 in the paint, you get 36 free throw attempts. That should give you a better opportunity to win. In my mind, it should have been a possession game going down the stretch. Shot 50% from the field. What do you want? Let's shoot 70%. We have to score 150 to win now. We needed probably what we did in the third quarter, beginning of the fourth. We needed that for 48 minutes. Give ourselves a better chance.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, thank you.